Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you 6 weight gain hacks that actually work that you can use right now. These hacks have helped me personally to gain some mass and some muscle because, to be honest, I was a very skinny guy myself. And that's why I did tons and tons of research to finally find what works for me, and that's why I've come up with these hacks. And I'm not going to show you some BS hacks that don't really work, I'm going to show you some proven methods. But make sure that you stick until the end, because the last hack is something that has helped me a lot personally. And before we get started, please make sure to smash the like button until it turns blue for the YouTube algorithm, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any gains. And now let's go ahead with the first hack, and that is to eat a lot of calorie dense foods. And that's because generally you see a lot of bodybuilders and those big guys promote things like chicken and rice that don't really contain that much calories. And let's face it, us hard gainers don't really like to eat that much food because we have a low appetite. So eating a meal that only contains about 500 calories just isn't enough, because that's how much a chicken and rice meal generally contains. Meals like this fill up your stomach quite a lot, but usually don't contain that much calories. And let's quickly do the math. If you eat about 4 meals of 500 calories, you will only have eaten about 2000 calories. But we need to consume way more than 2000 calories on a daily basis. Most of us have to consume about 3000 plus calories. And this will be very hard if you only eat meals like this. And this is where the calorie dense foods come into place. But you don't just want to start eating all that candy and all that junk, because we still want to build a nice muscular healthy body. Now, just to give you a few examples of calorie dense foods, nuts usually contain a lot and butters even more. So just making some slight changes to your diet, like eating some more nuts and adding a little more butter and oils to your meals, will do wonders. Another example is some fatty fish like salmon, which usually contains a lot of healthy calories. And some things like avocados also contain quite a few calories, but are often portrayed as weight loss foods. Now, all these foods that I've mentioned before usually contain a lot of fat, so let's go to the carb options. And these are things like pasta, quinoa, and other things like that. And as for protein, I recommend that you stick to red meat. Now, just between you and me, eating some calorie dense foods which are unhealthy is okay as long as you hit your daily calorie intake.
It'll be our little secret.
But make sure that you don't exaggerate the amount of unhealthy foods that you're eating, because this will cause you to end up like this. And now the second hack is to drink a big calorie shake first thing in the morning. The thing is, most of the skinnier guys really don't have that big of an appetite first thing in the morning, and that's because our body just doesn't really need that much fuel during the night as it needs through the day. And this causes your metabolism to slow down and decreases the hunger signals that you're getting. Now, you don't really have that big of an appetite first thing in the morning, so that makes it easier to just drink your calories. You can look up plenty of recipes online, but I usually just make a milkshake, of which I will leave a recipe in the description down below. And it's also a great way to get in a lot of calories, because, well, liquid calories don't fill up your stomach as much as solid ones, so you won't really feel that full after the shake. And the third hack is to focus more on some compound lifts. I see way too much people, especially beginners, focus way too much on isolation exercises because they want to grow things like their arms or their abs. But the truth is, those exercises won't really build that muscle you're looking for. You really want to look out for those movements which use as much muscles as possible. So instead of doing, let's say, a tricep pushdown, you're much better off by doing a compound movement like a close grip bench press. Now, this doesn't mean that you should delete all the isolation exercises out of your workout. However, you should make sure that the majority of your workout consists of compound lifts. And now the fourth hack is to eat a majority of your protein at the end of the day. Yes, you will still have to eat some protein throughout the day, because otherwise you will probably not eat enough protein to build that muscle you're looking for. But I advise you to eat the majority of your protein at the end of the day. And that's because generally protein gives you a more satiated feeling throughout the day and thus decreases your appetite. I mentioned this in my videos on how to lose weight because, well, protein does makes you feel more satiated, and in these videos I have mentioned a couple of studies to prove improve this. Now, because you want to keep your appetite higher, it's best to eat your protein at the end of the day, because your hunger basically resets after you've slept. And now don't get fooled by things like the anabolic window, because what matters most at the end of the day is that you hit your daily protein target. So with your last meal, try to get as much protein in as possible from those red meats, and even drink a protein shake if you have to. Now, I often get asked quite a lot which protein powder you should take, so for that reason please check out this video to learn everything you need to know about protein powder. And now the fifth hack is something similar to the last one, and that is to eat your vegetables and drink your water at the end of your meals. And now this doesn't mean that you shouldn't eat vegetables or drink less water, because vegetables are still very important when it comes to not getting injured and keeping a healthy body. But keep in mind that if you already ate enough nuts, you will most likely already have consumed a lot of vitamins. Now, I'm saying that you should probably eat your vegetables at the end of your meals, because they usually don't really contain that much calories, but they fill up your stomach quite a lot. And this causes you to feel full, and that's why I highly recommend that overweight people should always try to eat as much vegetables as possible and drink as much water as they can. But if you want to gain weight, you need to do the opposite. And as for water, a lot of people make a habit out of it to drink water during their meals. It's simply refreshing, or maybe just a habit, but the truth is that water tends to fill up your stomach quite a lot, and well, water doesn't really contain any calories. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't drink any water during your meals, but try to limit this and try to drink most of it at the end of your meals. And hack number 6 is to subscribe to my channel, and I am not even joking with this one, so please let me explain. As I've said before, this hack is something that has helped me a lot personally, and that's because when I just started out, I didn't really know what to do inside and outside of the gym. I decided to try some things out, but they didn't really end up working as much as I'd like to. And after 1 year of training, I got stuck to a point where I wasn't really building that much muscle as I was before. And that's when I decided to look up some things about building muscle. I found some channels like Jeff Nippert and others which have helped me grow a lot. And I am saying this because it's also important for you to find someone that will teach you everything you need to know about building muscle. That someone can be me or somebody else, but preferably me, of course. Start learning about how muscle building works. I've already got quite a few videos out there, but there is still a lot more to come. I basically haven't even started yet. And it's important that we learn things from others, because well, while we all are different, there are a lot of people who have gone through the same problems that you've run into right now, and they have found a solution. So they try to save people like you a lot of time by giving you the solutions right away. Now, it's not only important that you learn things from someone who has been through all this before, it's also very comforting to know that someone who has gone through the same struggles before has built such an amazing physique naturally. And I'm not saying that I have one of the best physiques, but I'm definitely proud of what I have reached so far. And I like being transparent here because, well, there are a lot of people out there who aren't really natural but claim they are, and they give you false expectations. And here I am with my physique that I have built with a lot of struggles, and I'm still looking forward to building more muscle in the future. Now, there are still a lot of things that I want to go through, but something that is also worth noticing is that you want to optimize your training as much as possible. And for that reason, I highly recommend that you watch this video right now. I'll put up a card and leave a link in the description, because in here I talk about many mistakes that you can avoid to make sure you're building muscle as fast as possible. So go ahead and watch it right now. And if you're confused about how you should design your workout programs, I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check out my workout programs. I'm going to release a full body workout program soon, so stay tuned for that. And I am also planning to release a lot of other workout programs as well, but I tend to put a lot of time and thought into my programs to make sure that you get the best results out of it. But I will definitely try to make them as fast as possible, so take a look and I'll see you guys later.